Well, we finally get to use this thing right here as a server. Let's go. Anyway, guys, I'm Greg Hrutkay, Hrutkay Mods. Welcome to the final part, Part 7 of the Ultimate 2009 Xserve series. It's kind of bittersweet because I've actually really enjoyed this series. And in today's video, we're going to end it. But we're going to end it on a high note. Today we're going to be setting up this thing to be a server. And I'll show you everything that I have to do and had to do to get it to where it is now. And then we're going to try to sync files across all these systems here. We've got my M1 Max here, which is running Sequoia. We've got my 2015 MacBook Pro here, which is running Windows 11 25H2. That's what we'll be syncing on it anyway. We've got my iBook G3 right here, which is running 8.69 and Tiger. We'll probably sync it with 9. 8.6 has some network issues I can never figure out. And we've got my iBook G4 right there, a 12-inch. It's the fastest one they ever made, and it's currently running the PowerPC version of Snow Leopard on it, plus a few others, but we're going to try to sync with that. A little addendum here. I forgot to mention we also have my early 2008 MacBook Pro running Windows 10 on it that will also be syncing to the Windows side. And it's going to be a very interesting and possibly pretty long episode, we'll see. But yeah, there has been a few things that have been going on with this thing since the last time you saw. If you saw part 6 and the supplemental, here's the supplemental by the way, you'll notice that I tried a lot of hard drive experiments, and well, I also figured out a lot of problems about formatting on this thing, and just yesterday alone, I filmed this video right here. So you've probably seen the short where I talk about my other formatting problem with the Xserve RAID, and if you haven't, it's right here. Yeah, there's more problems that we need to talk about. So first problems, transferring from a RAID 5 to a RAID 5 between the two on the same system. You know, you still have to go through the fiber channel card and everything, and the CPU on the Xserve has to communicate with it and then transfer it back through the other fiber. But it's still on the same unit otherwise. Honestly, the speeds are going to be the same if it's going between units. But going from RAID 5 to RAID 5, we're talking about roughly USB 2.0 speeds on data transfer. But going from RAID 5 to RAID 0+1, we're getting roughly USB 1 speeds, and this has been going for about a day now, and yeah, it gets worse. It still says I have 18 hours, and I'm only transferring 1.21 terabytes. It is so painfully slow that, needless to say, I am never going to do a RAID 0+1 ever again. And yeah, I could actually probably finish the video now if it wasn't for this little problem. So this might add an extra few days to my filming schedule. Yay! You know, part of me said I should probably use the actual Xserve we're setting up here for this series to transfer all this stuff, but I decided, yeah, we'll use the G4. It's what it was originally intended for, and we're making a, you know, a PowerPC set of drives anyway. Well, if you notice, it never actually fills up the whole buffer. The buffer is ran off of SD RAM. It's 133 megahertz RAM, and it's like 512 megs worth of SD RAM. If it would fill up the whole buffer and then write over to the drives, it would actually write faster. It never gets past a little bit above half, it seems, since it started writing. I think it did for a little while there, but it's gotten to the point where it stops about right here, which is a problem because it makes it really painfully slow, and I can't do much about it. Oh well. As we can see there, I figured out that I formatted it very poorly, and it was very slow to try to fix it. But I did, however, fix it, and this is what resulted. See, this is how the file transfer is supposed to happen. We're going from RAID 0+1 to RAID 5 right now. And these are somewhere between 2 and USB 3 speeds. It's a big difference, and look at how fast it's actually moving. That's the way it's supposed to work. And see what happens when the buffer's actually fully loaded? This is the reason why it's going so fast. It's actually doing it. And don't mind the dog butt. She's just kind of in the way right now. But yeah, this is the way the Xserve RAID is supposed to work. And that means that now we are finally set up here. I do still need to move some of the files over here from that drive to that drive. But we'll do that after this video, because right now all the drives are set up to be networked, and they can be networked. They just don't have all the files on them properly yet, but that's not going to be that big of a deal. So anyway, let's hop over to the Xserve, and we'll start talking about how everything's set up and show you how things will sync after we set all that up. So let's go. Okay, so we'll start right here in Snow Leopard server, and we'll pull up everything here. Server admin, we'll also pull up RAID admin. We got RAID admin running here. All the RAIDs are running. As we can see here, they're not loading anything yet. Come on. Well, they're here. Not very important. I don't know why it's not loading right now. It usually works fine. Not a big deal. I'm not waiting on it. Anyway, you know what RAID admin is. It's to control the Xserve RAIDs, so you can turn them on and format them and set them up properly. And for some reason they're not showing up right now. Not a biggie. The big thing is we've got all the shared drives here. And for OS X server, I only shared the PowerPC ones because this is where the PowerPC systems will back up to. And they work. They work totally fine. And to get them to work, I had to go to file sharing and set up the share points. So what you do is you click on whatever one you want to share, you go to SharePoint, and then you select these. And then, if you want to do protocols for like SMB and AFP and stuff, you click here. And for permissions, you've got to actually add permissions to it and make it all work. So you do propagate permissions, and you add all these into it so you can write to the drive, otherwise it won't let you. But once it's all shared, and I hit the wrong button, now I've got to fix all that. 1 second. There we go. So that's fixed now. Once that's all added, it will show up on the network, and you can time machine sync to it. So that's awesome. And yeah, that's basically it. So what we're going to do first is turn on my iBook G4 and try to sync with it in Snow Leopard, which should be interesting. And then we'll take it from there. Alright, here's my PowerBook G4 running Snow Leopard PowerPC. As we can see right here, 10.6.8. And we are going to try to sync it over. I don't know if this is on the right network. 1 second. Alright, we're on the right network now. Let's go over to Finder and go over to Network, where we will see absolutely nothing. Why? This worked the last time I tried this. 1 second. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but it's working now. We'll select the server, and it will do absolutely nothing. I love this iBook. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's boot it into Leopard. Alright, now we're booted into Leopard. As we can see here, we're running Sorbet Leopard 10.5 5.9. And if we go over to Finder, again, oh look, it actually shows up automatically this time. Connect as. We'll connect to that. And it should populate. There's the drives. Now, the nice thing is, since this is running an OS X server right here, we can connect directly to it, and we can control it from the iBook, which is nice. It's a little laggy, but it works. But that's not the main reason we have this set up the way we have it set up. So if we go into the Time Machine drive, which I haven't repopulated completely yet, it just has the Xserve backups on it right now. What we can do is we can go over to Time Machine itself, set up Time Machine. Yeah. And we'll start the Time Machine now, back up. And as it starts, it will make it right there. This is called basketball because it got shipped to me in a million pieces. And I had to glue it back together, change out the frame. Well, I had to glue the frame together and stuff. But I called it basketball. And as we can see, it's backing right up right now. There it is right there. And it works. So if I go over to the server itself, we can see the basketball. We can go to Get Info, and there it is. It's already starting to back up quite fast and rapidly. It went from 216, 316, 355. It's backing up. So that's the first one. That's the first use for the system. That's awesome. What we'll do is stop this for now. It's now got this saved as a Time Machine backup section, so we're good there. Now we're going to go over to the iBook G3. Alright, so supposedly Snow Leopard is the last Apple Talk OS, I think, available. I'm not 100% sure. I've never actually tried it. If this doesn't work with Snow Leopard, I'm not really sure. I know that it will talk with Tiger. We can back up pause with that, but it would be nice if I could talk with macOS 9 and Snow Leopard. So this thing's booting up here. And I've got to remember how you see network devices. That could be interesting. So, where do you go? File. Nope. Network browser. I think that's it. Local network. Apple Talk? I know there's a way to do it. I just don't remember how you do it. Connect to server. Here we go. What is it? See if it pops up. I think it just froze it. Oh, it really froze it. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. The whole system's locked up. Restart time. Never mind, it just popped up. It's not talking to it. I don't know if I have Apple Talk enabled on here. Maybe we should do that first. I gotta remember how you do that. 1 second. Sharing. I don't see it on here. 1 second while I look this up. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it on Snow Leopard, but I can't seem to figure it out. I'm not too big into it right now. If I ever need to sync, I can always connect the drives to one of my PowerPC Xserves, and those do have Apple Talk on them, and they do work. I even have Tiger server on both of them just in case. So if anything, that will work too. What we're going to do is boot this into Tiger so we can sync to it and see it load up. And let's hop into Tiger and see what we can see here. And welcome to Tiger here. Oh, that might be one of the problems why it won't sync. Not a big deal. Let it load up some more here. Well, it's not setting the time. That's annoying. It's connected to the network. I don't know why it's not setting the time. I'll be right back. Alright, we got the time set up right now. And there's something wrong with my Tiger install. Of course there is. It's not showing anything over here. What is going on here? Well, it can see the drives, but it's... something's going on with my Tiger install. Let's go straight to network. That should fix it. Network. Nothing. Going swimmingly well here. Anyway, this has got nothing to do with the server. It's just this old iBook not wanting to cooperate. So what we're going to do is go back to the other iBook, just so you can see the Tiger will communicate with it. So yeah, the iBook G3 has got an install of Tiger from like 8 years ago, and it's a vanilla copy of Tiger. I never updated it to Hrutkay Tiger. This has Hrutkay Tiger on it, and it's got better network communication. So if we open it up here, well, it's starting up. We can see it is running Hrutkay Tiger. It is running Hrutkay Tiger. Will you show it to me? What are you doing? There it is. It's running Hrutkay Tiger. So awesome. We'll close out Classic for now. Stop. I'll screw it. Come on. Come on. Anytime now. Okay. So we'll go back over here to Finder. We'll go over to Network. And it should just pop up. And it should just pop up. Why are you not popping up? 1 second. One thing, it had connected to the Wi-Fi next door, which is impressive, because next door is far away, and it's still not popping up. What? 1 second. It just took forever to actually start working. There it is right there, so we'll open it. We'll open it. There we go. And let's do the main Time Machine drive. Okay, cancel. There it is. We'll open that up. And there's the drive. Now, if I have a G3 or something that's running Tiger and I need to back it up, I can use an old copy of Carbon Copy Cloner. But, as we can see the drive files on here. And I can pull a file off like this JPEG I put on here. It will copy it over, and then it will not show a preview of it for some odd reason. I don't know why, but let's see if it will open. Ta-da! Awesome. So we can see it will sync to Tiger through the server setup. So now we've done everything that I have OS X server set up to do. And so now what we can do is boot this thing into Windows. Okay, on a side note, I think I figured out RAID admin was freaking out because the spacebar on this keyboard's stuck. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm going to fix this keyboard real quick while Windows is booting up on this Xserve. Alright, I finished fixing the keyboard. It's no longer screwing up here, and we're about booted into Windows here. And welcome to Server Manager. Now, I haven't fully set this thing up yet, and I skip over a lot of things on Server Manager because to do network shares, you can't really do it with exFAT for some stupid reason. But if we go to local server, we can see the details of the system here. It's all working. And here's the main server. And this will show you the shares and stuff, but you can't make them in here when it's exFAT. But yeah, it does work. So what we need to do now is, I already have one shared because it was set up from the other one. This one's currently already shared. So the left side's already shared on the system. The right side, to share it, we need to do properties, sharing, advanced sharing. Share. And what I like to do is first we've got to get this to work. So hit apply. Okay, it's shared. Then we go back to properties. Sharing. And we need to go back to advanced sharing and hit add. And type in hit OK. And remove this one. Remove. Apply. OK. Close. So now when we go over here and go to properties and sharing, we have to log into Xserve main R. And the network share should be up. Pretty simple. So now we're going to do the hardest thing, which is to sync my M1 Max. And of course, Time Machine doesn't work with an exFAT drive by default. Wow, that's a dirty screen. I need to clean my M1 Max. But let's let it boot up here. Okay, so we're on the same network as the M1 Max and the server. And if we go over to network locations, we may or may not see it. Network. We do not see it. It should at least see the iBook that's sitting next to it. Don't know why it's not. But Mac OS sometimes just doesn't identify a Windows server, which is always fun. So we've got to type in the network location for this drive. And actually we need Pro L on this one because this is where this system will be backing up, probably, unless I come up with a different idea. So we need the network info on it, which will be this right here. But before we do that, the nice thing about this is we can still log into it. If I go to, where is it? There it is. We can actually log directly into it. I will usually log in with Greg, but since we're already in administrator here, if I open this, it should automatically log this out. It doesn't. Why? This worked fine next door when I was testing this. What? So I've not tested this next door in the studio yet. This thing just doesn't like this network, which makes this 10 times harder to show you how easy it is that this works. Yay. Well, I have the Xserve connected over my Airport Extreme right now. This thing's not even seeing it. This worked perfectly next door. This is thrilling. So we don't have to fight with the network here. We're just going to plug it directly into my Thunderbolt 3 dock here, and we'll just hardwire it for now. This thing's set up to wirelessly sync, and it's driving me insane it won't, but don't have much of a choice. Alright, so we're going to try this again and see if it would just work this time. What do you mean there's no network connectivity? Oh! Okay, now I've got another problem. Why? Oh, look how stupid simple this is. I don't know why DHCP's not working. Oh, this has been a fun video. So I figured out what's wrong. It's the Ethernet on the Xserve all this time. And this is why I love server. All the simple stuff like diagnose network doesn't exist unless you install it. And you can't diagnose the network or install it if you have no internet. So I went through all those diagnostic things to realize the power went out earlier, and I've got everything on a remote switch. which didn't turn back on. That's why there's no internet. Yeah, all that pain for nothing. Okay, so now we have the network, and it actually works now. At least I hope it does. So what we're going to do is when I log into administrator here, this should log out. Let's see what happens. And that should log out. And that should log out. Or you're not logging out. Well, we've gotten further this time. What? What is it doing? Well, it sees it now. That's a bonus. Let's see if it sees it in network. Network. It sees nothing in network. What? I'll be back. We have network now. This has been fun so far. Let's try that again. Administrator. Oh look, it logged out. Oh look, we've got control of the Xserve. Oh, that was a pain. Okay, so now we can actually, go away. We can actually control the whole Xserve. Isn't that neat? So now we can see everything if I need to do something on it. But we don't need to be logged into it right now. Now, even though this is logged out, it's still actually logged in. I could log straight back into administrator, but I'm not going to. This should, in theory, show the system on the network now. In theory. Which it doesn't, but we can still log into it. And I still need to log back into that because I don't remember the address. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, let's go to connect to server. There is the SMB for it. But that's not the right address for it now. Let me remember how you do this. I'll be right back. I need this, and I need this, and I need to go to properties, and we need to go to sharing, and I need to type this in, and it should show up on here. So, let's see here. Well, that's it right there. See what happens when I just hit connect. A whole lot of nothing. Okay. Fun. Okay, go. Connect to server. That's not yet, that's the Mac version. Duh. And then I need /ProL. Connect. Hey, there's the drives. So now, when I open it, it might help if I actually use the right mouse, I can actually see all the files on the system. Eventually. Any day now. It's going swimmingly well. Hello? Well, we can connect to it now, at least. While I try to figure that out, if you look in here, like the main drive, we don't see anything here. That's because I hid all the Mac files. But we can actually show them back up. If I go to hidden items, there's all the Mac files. I don't know if this is causing a problem on here or not. So I might have to unhide them just to see it. Is there any backups on here? There are, and they're not showing up here. Great. No problem. Okay, so the second you unhide a file in Windows, it automatically shows up here. Here's multi-backs backup from eons ago, and it works. So we know it's connected, and if I go to video backup, it should show the files now. It's still not showing the file. Why? There it goes. Hey, it works now. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, let's not do that again. So, if I need... That's going to make this even more fun. So, yeah, when it's showed in Windows, it's showed as a folder. And that translates to I've got to unhide all the files so the Macs can see them. Okay, 1 second. In theory, when I hit unhide, it should pop up. And it does. Neat. So now I've got to unhide all the files. Yippee! Okay, I've fixed all the things, so this will allow me to back this thing up. This is the first time I've tested it since I hid the files, so, yeah. I don't need this now. Goodbye. So, now here's the fun part. How do you back this up if Time Machine does not work with exFAT? Oh, this is the fun part. So, oh, I'm not looking forward to this. What you need to do is go over to Disk Utility and make sure the drive's still mounted here. It is. And we can actually see all the drives. That's nice. So I can go to Main, and it should show all the backups. And it should show all the backups. Wow, this thing's... There it goes. It's a little slow, but it works. So, awesome. Here's the thing. If we want to use this thing as a backup, we've got to force it to do it. So, this is the reason why we have Disk Utility open. We have to go to Images, or no, New Image, right here. Go to Blank Image. We have to open up all the network views here. We want to go to Pro L. And we need to make a, let's see here, sparse bundle disk image. And we need to make it at least the size of the drive on the Mac. But it really doesn't matter. So let's do 3 terabytes, because this is a 2 terabyte system. We need to change this to like that. And we want it journaled. Make sure that's all right. And hit save. And it's not going to do it. Why? And this is why I should have done this with Linux. So I think the problem is I don't have permissions set on this properly. I had this working fine on the old drive. So, yeah. Permissions. That's why it's read-only. Okay, I'll be right back. So I have to add me into it. Hit OK. And hit allow, and hit apply, hit OK, hit OK, hit OK, oh yeah, apply, close. Now we've got the permissions, which means I have to do it to this drive too. Properties, tools, no, sharing, advanced, permissions, add, OK. Allow, apply, OK, close. Now we have permissions, but now I think we have to sign into here with my credentials to do it. Which means we got, well, it says it's connected as Greg, so in theory I should be able to now just write to it. So we go to Disk Utility, New Image, Blank Image. We're in Pro L. I need to change this to journaled. That's right. Sparse disk image. M1. And then 3 TB. That's all set. That's set. That's set. Save. And it still doesn't write to it. Let's verify we can write to the drive. We'll copy over this merge picture. And it won't do it. That's why it won't write. Hit eject. Let's reconnect again. Connect to server. Connect. Okay. Let's try to write this image over. Hey! It's writing. It's over. Cool. And we can now delete that. Delete. And now we can go back to disk utility. New image. New image. Blank image. We're in the right folder. Image format. Sparse bundle disk image. 3 TB. Journaled. No encryption. Single partition. I think that's right. Save. There it is. Untitled DMG.sparse bundle. It's doing it. Let it make it real quick. And then we gotta rename the file. Okay, so when you make a sparse bundle here, it's not going to make any, it's not going to take up any space until it needs it. So we made the sparse bundle here. We need to rename it to this system here. Rename. Like so. You do not have permission to rename the item. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I own the item. When I did this last time, it just let me do it. Let's try to rename it on the stupid server. See, this is why I should have went with Linux. I should have went with Linux. Properties. Oh, it's read-only. Why is it read-only? Why, that could cause a problem. Yeah, It's not read-only. Let's fix that. What? I'm going to restart the server before I break it. I am going to rename this in Sequoia. This is the other reason why it's running Sequoia, just in case I have to fix a Mac permission. This was supposed to be simple. This is the reason why we did this series. It's been anything but. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is look at the permissions on this and make sure it's the same permissions. You have custom access. It doesn't really help me. Okay. So it should just work. We're going to rename the file. Save. It's renamed. Now we can move back into Windows again. Restart. In hindsight, I would have just synced this to Sequoia and used Windows as that might actually be a good idea. Sequoia might be it works on SMC. I could just sync it with Sequoia. It would actually save a lot of time and hand. We may end up having to do that. And I'll just sync Windows with Windows. But then that defeats the purpose of having Windows Server on here, because I wanted it to be a universal OS to sync with everything. But I've done this before and I know it works. So, yeah. Now, the nice thing about Windows servers, you don't have to actually be logged in to log into it. So, hopefully this will just work this time. Go. Connect to server. Connect. There it is. So now we have to open it. Once it's opened, it will pop up here. It will pop up here. I'll be back when it pops up. Actually, there it goes. Good. Okay, so we've got the file here. This is the sparse bundle we're backing up to. Oh, this is so difficult. Now I've got to look up the instructions because I don't remember how to do this. 1 second. So if you look here, wow, I haven't backed this thing up in a while. If you look here, if I go over to Add, No Available Time Machine Destinations. There's a reason. So first we need to go over to terminal, and I need to do disk util list, and this is the image that we need to connect to. So now I need to look up the instructions. And here's where Google Gemini lies its ass off, because it says it's not compatible. It is, but you've got to force it to make it work. I've got to type in these commands here, and it should automatically recognize and just work. Hopefully. And this is how you do it. All these instructions have worked since at least El Capitan. This post is from 2014, and I know it works because I've done it. So I need to do this and type in disk 4S2 like so. Okay, so we got ownership. Now the only thing I gotta do is this, and change the name on it to, and hit enter. It has full disk access. It has full disk access. This worked. I swear it worked. I did it already. Okay, let's try that again. Enter. That's not the right password. Okay. Now that I've done that, if we go over to Time Machine, there it is. So now, if I go and get it to start backing up, we're good. Where's Time Machine? Up here. It was up here. I love the new Mac OS. Showing menu bar. Where is it? It's not here. Yeah, this is working swimmingly well. Can we just back up now? Back up. And there we go. We're backing up. See? Simple. So, it's backing up. I can now sync an M1 Mac to Windows, and it will just keep working. And it's working. It's actually working. It's working. It's working. Oh, I should have used Linux. But that's how you sync a Mac with a Windows exFAT drive. It's a whole lot of fun. But that's how you do it. So now you know an M1 Mac can do it. Apple Silicon, we're good. This will work in OS 27 when it comes out. And I'll continue to be able to back it up. So now we can stop the backup on this after all that nightmare. And we can go to a Windows system and access it there too. Yay! Alright, well, I haven't backed up the M1 Mac in I don't know how long. It's been a long time and it's been making me nervous. So I'm going to keep it backing up in the background here. But we should still be able to connect two Windows computers at the same time. And we've got them here and right here. So let me set up for that. And I'm tired now because I've been exploding for the last hour trying to get this to work. So what I'm going to do now is boot these two. Windows. That one's booting into Windows 11. And this one's booting into IoT LTSC, Windows 10, the modified version that looks like Windows 11. Oh, my chest hurts now. I really overreacted on that one. Alright, we are booted up here. 1 second. I don't know if the camera's in focus very well, but as we can see here, we are running 10 IoT LTSC here and 11 Pro there. Now, the nice thing about Windows Server is, if you're running Windows Professional, we should be able to do remote desktop. And I've never set that one up. This one I have, I think. This one will log this one out. Connect. It's on the wrong network, of course it is. Yeah. 1 second. Now I should be able to log into this one by hitting connect. And it should just work. Why is it not working? Connect. Yes. Connect. It's still not connecting. Why is it not connecting? There it goes. And there we go. So as we can see here, we are now in here. And if we go to, like, for instance, system, we are actually logged in to the system remotely. And we can do the same thing to this one too. This one I'm going to log in under my name. Yes. And that's the nice thing about Windows Server, is you can log in and be in two different accounts at the same time. How about that? System. Isn't that neat? And as we can see here, we are in the same account here. And we can control the whole system on both ends perfectly, exactly the way it should be. And as we can see, we are in two different accounts here. This one's got two icons, the other one doesn't, but they're both logged in, as we can see, and that's awesome. So now the only thing we gotta do is run a Windows backup, and then we can finish the video. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. We've got to go into a network drive to make it show up. Network. Network discovery is turned off. Okay. Turn on network. And network. Network discovery is turned off. Turn on. Okay. So we see the two laptops, but we don't see the server. I gotta remember how I do that. Add a network location. Next. I gotta remember the address to it. Fun times. Browse? Please show it. Well, it's only seeing the laptops. Okay, cool. Alright, so we gotta manually do it. I did this like 2 weeks ago. We need the actual name of the drive and it should just connect. 1 second. Are you kidding me? Right, you gotta type in SMB and all that stuff. I don't remember how you do that. Well, while it's trying to figure that out, let's try this one. Ow. Too much stuff in this room. This one's asking for the login. Ooh! But that's the network path. Oh! Why did I not use Linux? Oh! Oh! I'll be back. It still doesn't see the server. How about this? Everything I pre-tested was on the same system, and everything worked. This video should be a lot easier than it's turning out to be. I just logged in. How many times do you need my freaking password? Why did I not use Linux? Something's wrong here. There's got to be something wrong. Why is it? This was so simple the last time I did it. Okay. I'm going to work on this for a minute and try not to kill these 2 laptops by snapping them in half. I'll be back. The Xserve changed to public network. That's the reason why it's not seeing anything, and that's the reason why it's not connecting, because I don't let this share on public networks. Okay. I'm glad I don't work in IT. Well, would you look at that? There's the server. Okay. So now, if I click on it, what will it do? What do you mean it's not accessible? It is accessible. I've made it accessible. It's a server. I'm about to break something. I'm really close to breaking something. It's accessible. I'm logged into the frickin' thing. I just did a remote login to it. I clicked on it the next time and it works fine. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Finish. Finish. Yay! Okay, so now that we have the network drive showing up here, look, there it is. Look, there it is. It just works now. Okay. So now we can run backups on this, and I do the old Windows 7 backup on here. So if I type in backup, I could do the, what is that? Why? What is that? Ooh. Let's just go to old Windows 7 setup. Control panel. Backup and restore. Set up backup. Backup and restore. Set up backup. Save on network. Browse. Oh, not again. Browse. There it goes. Awesome. Uh-huh. Main R. Ta-da! Now if I hit next, save and run. It's backing up. Ha 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 ha. Why didn't I use Linux? Well, there you go. We have successfully connected every operating system except for OS 9 onto it. And if we go and look at this PC, go to main R, we should have a folder here now. There's no folder. There it is. Oh, look, it's backing up. It's actually that one, but still, you get the idea. It works now. And that's how you make a server that backs up everything. Let's wrap up the video. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a ultimate Xserve server. This was very frustrating. I should have used Linux. Oh, but as we can see, it's backing up. If you look at the activity lights on the main Xserve RAID, it's loading files into it right now. We've got 3 systems syncing to it right now. These 2 will probably shut off in a minute because they're on battery power. But it worked. This has been a long series. I've enjoyed it and hated it at the same time. This isn't really probably the end of the series, but for now it is. I'm not planning on any other future videos for now. If anything, we'll break it off into a different series because we'll be talking about some other system, I'm sure. But yeah, we successfully made the ultimate server, ultimate Windows server, out of this 2009 Xserve. And it works, as you can see. It's just not fun to do it. Oh, I've never come close to losing my mind like I just did in the last hour. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. This is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th system that's backed up to this thing since I've set it up. Yay! I am so tired. My blood pressure's through the roof. But we've done it. We've got the most ultimate Xserve server available. And I'm happy that it's over with and sad at the same time. But we've done it. We can sync it to OS 10. We can sync it to Mac OS. We can sync it to Windows. And it just works. Once you get through all the headache. Okay, it doesn't just work, but still, you get the idea. It worked, and I'm happy. I've got an actual server now to back up my stuff. And there went at least one of them. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm very tired. But I can finally say, we're done. Anyway, if you guys saw the supplemental, I bought a 2008 Xserve that we'll be playing with in the future. And we're not going to be doing things like this to it, but we'll be doing other things with it. And I can finally get this off the table before this 40-some-year-old table collapses. And I'm leaning on it right now, and surprisingly, it hasn't fallen apart. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I hate to see it end, but in a part of me is really glad it's over with. because this was a nightmare for a number of episodes. But some episodes were fun. Anyway, so that's the end of the day's video. Don't forget I have a Patreon and memberships. You know the deal with that. I have a Buy Me a Coffee. Please like and subscribe. And that's the end of the video. This has been a Hrutkay Mods video. So a little bonus material here, guys. I forgot to mention exactly how much this thing cost me to build. It's a lot less than you'd think. And I'm only counting things I actually bought for this thing. So the Xserve I got from JVRI for free. And the CPUs I got for it, I got for free from GT. Thank you, GT. Thank you, Jay. The NVMe that I'm using to boot off this thing was free because it came from my sleeper Dell, and I bought it like a year ago. So we can't really count it as being from it costing anything. Let's say that. But I think I think it cost maybe a grand total of $200 of that. But I'm not going to count that either. The SSD that is in the front of it right here, that was free. That came from the world's fastest 2009 Mac Mini, which is very dead now. That was put in there years ago. Can't really count that either. So far, I've got nothing in it. Well, let's keep going here. The hard drive tray. I broke it. I had to replace it. That cost, I think it was $30. The fans broke in this thing. That whole kit cost me $42. And the card for the fiber card, I think, was $50. So in total, I've got, let's see here, 30 plus. Well, you do the math. We'll put it here because I'm bad at math. But that's all it cost me. And people ask me why I didn't do a Mic Fiber or something on here. The Mic Fiber retails for $500. You can get them now for $350. I'm not putting that kind of money into an Xserve that I got for free. But that's the reason why I didn't use the Mic Fiber. That would have made life a lot simpler. And I might eventually add one because the Mic Fiber's got USB-C in it and stuff. So we could plug in USB 3 drives into this thing, which would be faster and hold a lot more storage than these RAIDs do. But yeah, it only cost me, what, $120 or something like that to build this. It's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the series. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that the RAID admin works again. See, I told you it works. One more bit of bonus material here, guys. I'm going to transfer all the files back from this RAID 0+1 back to the RAID 5. As we see here, it's actually loading everything and transferring it over. This thing's only been running for about a minute, and we already got 3 gigs transferred over, and it's going to take a lot less than 2 days like last time. It's transferring over. It's going to take 11 hours. I could see that happening, but it's doing it really fast, so it could be even faster than that. So in the end, I'm really, really happy with this server.